Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Long Pamai, and this week I'll be covering some videos on how to extend your VBE editor using VBA. A while ago, we did a series on custom context menu and ribbon X, where we explored various controls and ways to build professional UI within the ribbon itself. Similarly, you can extend your Visual Basic editor by writing code to read, modify projects, modules, procedures, class, even the user form, and all these objects. Okay, this is very useful, especially for those who spend a lot of time in VBA programming, because this can be used to automate code templates, obfuscation, automatic installation of codes, or setting references, removing the missing references, indenting codes, and so on. As we go on, I'll try to add more videos, but for today, I'll show you how to create a custom control, create a class object to handle click events, and then we'll also cover some more techniques to automate code templates. Okay, so before we begin, if you haven't, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for upcoming videos. Before we begin, let me give a quick demonstration. For example, here in the insert menu, I've added some custom controls. In this general category, I've added all these buttons or controls, and then under loop, I've added these, for example. And once I click here, it's gonna simply populate predefined code from the backend, which you can set it up in the different ways, which we'll also talk a bit. And if I click on function is going to add these, and then similarly this is another example of a group of controls which you can like move it wherever you want, for example, and leave it there, and you can populate multiple of these like bars. And then similarly you can have for example, additional, here's an example of a drop down, which we already discussed in the custom context menu series. And then you can similarly populate it here itself. Okay, this is another example. And then you can also add, here's another example. If you right click, you can also add these sub menus down here, for example. Click on append, and then it's going to bring in the codes uh, from however you want to set those up. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through how to create this for today, and I'm gonna make some of these like additional more advanced ones for download in the download center. Okay, so just watch out for that. Okay, so let me first close everything. We'll start everything from scratch. Before you can start writing the code, go to your file options, and then from the trust center, just make sure that you give VBA trust access. Okay, so make sure this is checked, and then click on OK. So that's one thing. And then the second part will be go to references and look for Microsoft Visual Basic, this one, Microsoft Visual Basic for application extensibility. So your version could be different, but just check this box and click on OK. I'm gonna save this as VBA utilities, this demo. Okay, so now we can start creating our custom menu. Let's call this core custom control. Like that. First thing, we will declare our let's call this command bar item as command bar control. Okay, and then we will associate this with the insert existing one. So we'll say with application dot in our custom context menu we directly did command bars, but here since we'll be using VBA, we'll specify this, and then we will use command bars. And then here it's gonna be we will specify this will be menu bar. oops, dot controls, and then here we'll specify insert to point to this. So if you want to insert it here, then you specify help, for example. Okay, then end with, and then we'll say set. Oh, here we'll set command bar will be okay, and then so first we'll add one, and then maybe we'll convert this to a function. Now with this command bar item, we can specify the caption. Caption could be hello world, and you can specify, like the index where to begin as well, or you can assign the macro that you want to run, or you can put a face ID like the icon. For example, let's say I want to put a face ID equal to maybe 2640. I think that was what I was using. Um, and begin group will be true. And then on action, dot on action. Here you can specify the name of the macro you want to run. So let's say that we have a macro called hello world. Okay, here I'll specify this. Um, it's good to be specific about when you pass on this. So we can also say um, and then this workbook dot name, and then we will specify this. Okay. What else can we add? A tag, because we will also want to recreate. We might want to delete, so we'll put a tag. Here we'll say main, something like that. There are additional attributes which you can use, but for now I think this should be okay. And then that's this. So here is hello world with the arrow mark pointing down. Okay, so now you know how to create add this using this simple code. Um, Now if I rerun this code, then you'll see that there are two of them because we didn't delete it. Yeah. So now in order to delete, let's write a code to clean it as well. So clean clean controls, something like that. And VBE command bars control. So we'll define the control. Let me just copy it like this. And I'll just call this control as here specify office. And here I'll say set control. That will be, instead of this, we will try to find that tagging. Okay, so find controls, and then tag is going to be our this tag, this one, or we can also const constant. Okay, here we will specify our tagging, and here. Okay, so after we find that, we will look through all the controls within this, and then we will delete them wherever we find this tagging. Yeah. Okay, so do until control is nothing, and then we'll control delete, and then we will reset this one. Oops, my keyboard. and here we will loop. So let's see. I just ran that. Um, okay, let me try to run this. Uh, okay, here we need to remove this part. Just give me 1 second. Application.vbe.common bars. Line control. Okay, so that is gone, and it's gone. I need to replicate this block here. So if I run this, there's a code there, and one more time, 2. And if I run this to clean it, all those custom controls are deleted. Okay, so here we're defining the controls, looping through, finding the one old controls with this tagging, and then we are deleting them. Yeah. Okay. Now, ideally, if we are doing this part in the other controls in the context menu, it's supposed to work. But in VBE, we need to handle this through a class. Otherwise, we'll not be able to uh, like fire this particular event on action. So for that, we will write a small code now. And I first delete this. Okay, let's first insert a class object, and let's call this class VBE or something like this. And our first public variable, let's call this control events as VBE IDE dot events. And then we will associate this with events. All right, and then here you should be able to now select this should fire the click event. Okay, so it only has a click event. Now here we will, by the way, if you have not seen the C person's blog, there are lots of examples regarding how to handle this. We have also done this class object usage for creating hover effects and handling click events for custom menu in the UI and UX series. So do check it out if you're not familiar with this. Okay, so we will just mention on error, resume next, and then here we'll say application dot run, and then here this will be whatever the command bar on action is, it will run that particular code. Dot on action. And then that should be it to fire it, and then you can also, if you want, you can also return that the handle part is already taken care of, and then cancel default is also handled. Okay, if you want, that should be it to take care of our um, event. Now we will associate this one, this particular event with the controls that we've added here. Now let's hook this event to our control that we have created. Okay, so for that, I'm going to create two variables. Let's call this private control event. I'll just call this control event as C or class. Okay, and then we will also create a collection so that if you have to delete all these events later on, we can add them in this collection and loop through and delete it later. Like we're deleting the controls, we can also delete these associated events. Okay, let's create again public or private is fine, whatever. Let's call this control underscore maybe click underscore element, something like that, as a new collection. that should be it for this declaration. And here we will set up our new this event. Let's call this control event dot control events. So this is coming from our class. Uh, is equal to application dot events dot command bar events, and then here we will add our command bar like this. Okay, so this part, this is where we've already hooked the event. Now we can add it to our collection as well. Dot add, and then we will just add this control event. Okay, so let's give it a try again. I'm gonna first F5 delete this. Just give me 1 second. Okay, now we need to set this up as well. Set this equal to new C plus. Let me rerun this. And this. Okay, so here is so once we, if it is working correctly, if I click here, it's gonna fire this hello world now. Okay, so this is how you can create you can add like additional custom control in this fashion. If you want more items to be added, you can simply replicate this block and keep adding them up. Okay, the way I did this with my existing one that I just demoed was when I click as a parameter, for example, here I added a parameter and then I specify the address, the cell address from where the code is supposed to come. So for example, that I want to automatically insert a code like this. I set it here in this fashion. Okay, and then from here I let the code pick up the code from the address, for example. So let me just give a quick demo for this. Let's say that I want to pick up the code from sheet 1. I added the address in this fashion, and then when this code is called, I let this code address, for example, code snippet address, something like that, as string. That is just to hold the address. Let me just call it like this, range. And here I can specify when this is called is equal to command bar control dot parameter. Okay, and when this code is called, I just return maybe this. Okay, so first let me delete, and then I'm gonna run this code now. So it says A1, right? So this is how I'm getting the range from where the code is to be picked up. And for the part where it is inserting the code, there are ways to automatically read the code and insert lines as well to the existing code. Or the simplest way is to, use the send key to add it. So how I did this was using the API, Windows API. Here in the blog, I've added this code. So let me quickly walk you through. No need to go in depth with this. I'll insert this in a new module. So this code is basically to get the clipboard. So if you have copied something, okay, so let's say I've copied a text like this, and then if I go here to immediate window and type in get clipboard, get this code, and run this, though it will return me whatever is there in the clipboard. And this one is to set the clipboard. So let's say I want to set a clipboard to this range. Okay, so I'll just say set a clipboard to range a1 dot value. Okay, so I have run this code now. If I paste this, it is there already there in the clipboard. Okay, so this is how I have done this, the one that I've demoed. So let's quickly write as one more small code, and that will take care of inserting the code itself. Let's say insert code, and then we will use this set and get clipboard. So set get. I'm gonna come down here. First, we will set the code, whatever is returned from this range, right? Okay, range. So this is in sheet one. I'll just say one dot range, and whatever range was returned from that action will be that. So instead of value, you can also put text. Value does not matter. And then here I'll say send keys. Um, I'll add the link reference key if you want to know more about that. So for control V, it's gonna be this, and then V, yeah. So instead of hello world, now we can add this code. Okay, I'm gonna clean this code and rerun this code. If this one is working correctly, when I run this code, it's supposed to insert the code here. Okay. So yeah, that is working fine. So this is how I've done it. Like I've said, you can replicate this code into a function, and then you can call this multiple times by specifying what you want it to be the name of the caption. For example, this is the caption, this is the icon. You can specify in this face ID. And we've gone through this in the same fashion, excuse me, when we talk about the custom control. So again, that will be all for now. I'm gonna add more videos as to how to export these modules or class, how to rename existing ones. We have briefly touched upon these topics already in the UI and UX as well. So I hope you found this informative. If so, do not forget to leave a like. And if you have any questions, please do comment, and then I'll try to come back as soon as possible. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye bye.